Yo, today I'm doing a $10 bot review. If you're interested, feel free to message me on Discord. This is something you can get. You can either get it in person or as I'm doing it right now, where I just give notes after the game. I do realize I have some other videos I need to make too, but I've had that on leave for now, as I honestly have not been asked. I just had to try and relax a little bit. So, yeah, we'll get going with this. I also do regular coaching if you're interested in that too. Again, just message me on Discord, whatever you want. Outside of that, you can learn something from this too, so feel free to watch. Hope you guys are having a good morning, not too much like that. And yeah, what I'm going to do this game is I'm going to speed through the entire game, find where the problems are, and the point of no return maybe. And another thing that I want to mention is that he said he didn't know how to carry versus these kind of comps. And when people usually mention I can't carry versus this, or I feel like I need to carry but I can't, yeah, I usually check if they have certain champions. Some of their champions I check for is Vi, Mordecai, etc., because they will make it a lot harder or just impossible. And if not, it will require you to maybe play a little bit different. So we'll address that a little bit here too. And they have Mordecai's here, of course, so yeah. Usually I'm very quick to just say this isn't a really big issue, they had Mordekaiser. But of course you can always do something against it, it's just going to be harder, right? Especially if you don't own with value. But yeah. What I'm going to do is just speed through the game, find the point of no return, if there is any, and identify the biggest problems, smaller problems, general problems, etc. Write them all down in notes to him, and yeah. I don't like to focus on the micro things, like where you could have been in lane, where you could attack. I don't feel like gives as much as like the bigger things. Like if I can find a really big problem, I feel like ironing that one out is a lot easier, and also will just give a lot more. So that is my philosophy when it comes to coaching in general. But yeah. I'm gonna again just speed through the entire thing, and then we'll go back again after and address some certain things. Some people will have big problems in lane, which I feel is more important to address. Some people will have bigger problems in mid game, late game, etc. depending. Of course everyone has problems everywhere, but it's just about what had the most impact. And it can vary from game to game. So if you do have like a game or something you won't bother with, it's good to pick one where you feel like actually did play well. And you didn't know what to do. Just trying to pay a little bit of attention here. Did lose defeats this game, but I don't think it's that important. It obviously does suck, but it's not a game changer. Most of the time, the Elo's plan him something, to my understanding. And here kind of comes the first big problem I found. But we'll get to that later. And they do end up getting the dragon. And they get the Articon here, apparently. Not now, apparently, but they get it. It's like the game right now is good. Even in gold. Lost feats, but it's whatever. Team comp is good. Have a Mumu. Oriana even. And there are of course things to consider when you have different combos too. Like how you should play the game. Again, I don't feel like that's so important, but it might be good to highlight it.
Blue team double kill. Blue team triple kill.
Just some general things to mention. Throughout the game, it's good to identify who you can kill and who you can't. And Brand, as an example, Senna here don't have very tanky items, and there should be easy pickings. And as long as Brand doesn't have Hourglass, it is pretty easy to kill him. So those are champions you should be able to just always look to kill. If possible, if you want to get Snowball at least. Right. So, the two biggest issues this game is this moment right here and this moment right here. So, we'll address those first. One thing that is important and why I mentioned comms to realize is that Twitch is actually more of a setup champion than a random skirmisher. Like, he's not like Zed or something that will just go in and kill one guy like randomly or something and pick someone off. You're much more like an Amumu than you are a Zed. Right? And I say this because you have another champion in your team that functions kind of similar to you, where they want set up. And the places where you shine are places where you have setup. Right? And setup can be either defending your base, waiting for everyone to come in Baron, and then setting up, and then when you see them all, right, and like ulting them all, hitting everyone. Or it can be they're doing Baron, you go on them, collapse on them, you set up on them, CC them all, kill them. Or you're doing Baron, they're all coming together towards you to stop you from doing Baron. That is some way of doing setup. Having vision everywhere, right? Like setting up an objective, starting it. Like doing Dragon, waiting for the team or like enemy to come respond. Depending on the situation, like any kind of setup. But this, it's not setup. And the problem here becomes very easy to identify. But the first one is you don't want to get sandwiched on Twitch. And you see Mordecai's top, you see Brand and Senna bot lane here, Lee Sin was somewhere here I think, and Ambessa was also here somewhere. And what will happen then is that when you go to ult someone here, you don't get to hit everyone. Like, no, everyone's here even. Like, they haven't even responded yet, right? And that's why it's good to, like, go on Baron or something, because that will give them time to respond, like S5. But here, they're just coming as a see fit. So when you ulti here, you're just gonna get one guy, two guys maybe. And even then, you don't have vision in this bush here. And that is a general problem I notice this game. It is to use cooldowns like ult or something against no vision. It is just not probable that's gonna succeed. It's like popping ult against some guy that's like right outside this bush here. It's not a good idea if you don't have vision, because he's gonna run to the bush and then it's wasted, right? But you pop your ulti against the Ambassador here. Ambassador runs back in again and dies. You get more ultied and you die, right? Your ults ran out, and with this ult, like at this point here, you want more value from your ult. Like at this point, you'd kill these three just as easily as you killed Ambassador, right? So if you could pick who to kill with the ult, you'd much rather kill these, no? And that's something you can do if you have setup. But when you do these random skirmishes in the jungle where you just get sandwiched, even if they're all there, they might not be stacked, so you don't get full value from your ult. So the problem here, and the thing you need to do in the future, is avoid these random skirmishes. Try and focus a lot more on setup. Like start Baron here. Like make them come towards you. Like let them get vision. Like your Mimic wasn't even here. Like there are so many things that were wrong. But even if a Mimic was here, you all here, it would still be bad. Fighting in the jungle on Twitch is usually bad. Especially if you're looking to use ult. Like you want to give them time to respond. Another way of doing this is like push a tier 2 turret or something bot lane, right? You push the waves, then entire enemy team sees that you're doing it, they all come together to try and stop you, and they're all there, right? That was some planned like setup, like you planned, like there's several stages to it, right? Push lane, enemy response, they all come together, they group up, then you like look for the angle to kill them, then you go and kill them, right? It has just one stage, go into the jungle, die. Like, you're never going to get good value from anything here in these kind of situations, because you are just going to most likely get ambushed something. Or collapsed on, or flanked, or sandwiched, whatever you want to call it. It's just never going to work. They're going to run away from certain directions, so you won't get ulti on them. It's just terrible. So the problem here, the big problem from this, is late game, right? You want to focus on setup. You want to do things that makes them come towards you, you want to contest an objective that they have to respond to. Right? Like, they don't have to respond to this threat. But they do, and you die. Right? Because this is a good fight for them. But they would never win in an actual fight by now. So you want to do things that just makes them come together and be grouped. Allow yourself to have your kit be utilized fully. Like, other things you could do if you wanted is like, you could alternatively go and look for Brandon Senna here and try and pick them off somewhere. Right? But you don't want to go into the jungle here. Like, what if Mord is right here right now? I mean, he's top lane, you see that. But like, right now, if you want to do anything but do Baron, I'll just look to pick people off mid. I'll just go stealth and be mid. Go up here, check if anyone's on the turret. Right? Don't do this. Push the wave into the turret. People have to come respond to kill the wave or defend you from pushing it. And then kill them. You have full vision then, you know, like, fucked by terrain. Like, all this jungle shit. Right? There's no bushes here, there's nothing. Of course, it's here, around the corner, whatever, but any fight you're going to take here is going to be 100x better than the jungle. So that's the problem here. No setup. You need to be way more focused on like allowing your support and team to get vision somewhere and like start Baron. Just go here. You have so much more vision then, right? Wait until you see the people you want to kill and then do that. Don't just ult the first person you see. You have stealth, right? It allows you to get into good positions and pick off the people that you want. And in this case, it's most likely Senna and Brand, possibly Lee Sin or Ambassador or something, but you want to avoid Mordekaiser. You can quickly remove at least close to half the team. There's one guy you can't. And all you have to do is stay away from him. So again, takeaway here. Focus on setup. Don't go into the jungle. This is lava. In almost every single scenario, you don't want to do this. If you want to do some shenanigans, push mid-wave into their base, and then just go fishing with your Q. And just like see if someone comes to kill the wave. And if it is something you want, right, you're fishing. If it's a shark, you just leave it. If it's a small little fish, you strike. Right? Of course, still it would be a good idea with vision, because you never know where the rest of the team is, but most of the time it's going to make more sense than this. Like, this makes no sense. So, like, try and have some logic or, like, thought process behind it. And most of the time that means just having vision, so it's like a calculated choice. Like, hey, you're just going in blind. Like, you have no idea about anything. You don't know where people are, you don't know where they're going to come from, you don't know if they're even going to come, you can't even see them if they're going to a bush. Like, you have nothing here. Alright. They take Baron. Next thing, what are they going to do now? Well, they're going to look push, right? There's some benefits to this. They are grouped once again. And there is no point in returning this game. At any point in this game here, could you have done something and won the game? Like, there's no point where I would say, like, yeah, it's just GG now. The only thing you didn't have to do to win this game is int. Right? So it's not so much about carrying, it's just about not inting. As much as that sucks to say. But yeah. They get bad now, they're gonna push. Now you want to set up an ambush. You don't want to do this. Your entire team, you can tell your entire team to just AFK any base right now. Wait for them to show and push the wave, and let them push mid. When they go for the inhibitor, you can go stealth, go behind them if you want to feel freaky, and then just blast down the Brandon center. Like, of course, Senna can E, and you might not kill them, that's fine. But you have an immune mid that can do the same thing. He can go and engage, right? You want vision on the people that is a problem for you. So you want to see where Mordekaiser is. Avoid him, right? If Mordekaiser is in the front line, you probably want to be like behind them. If Mordekaiser is like top lane, just don't go top lane, right? So you want to think about these kind of situations where they are on the offense. You want to set up ambush. When you're on the offense, you want to set up an ambush again, right? Or like you want to force them to come into a situation that is an ambush. So here, you want to just wait for them to push. You don't do this. You just don't go here. You just sit in your base, tell your team to base, like ping them all back. Wait for them to come. Like any random fight you're going to take here, you're not going to get to utilize your kit. And how are you going to carry on Twitch if you don't get to use like half your kit? If that, right? Like you can carry this game if you're playing Twitch, but right now you're not playing Twitch. You're just playing attack damage carry with like an auto attack. And that's it. Because you're not going to get to utilize your ult. You're not going to get to utilize anything. You're not utilizing Q to get into a right position. You have to pick anyone off. Like, you're just not playing Twitch right now. Like, Twitch can carry this easily. A 550 range champion with no abilities, nothing, cannot. Like, you're just going to die here. Like, sure, you get the red. It's good. It's tempting. Right? But now you leave. Wait for them to come. Just give them time to group. Like, the more you challenge them here, the less comfortable they're going to be, or they're going to look for something that's not going to be, like, good for you. You want them to be grouped. Just let them do that. Anything you do, like, to provoke them, is going to disrupt that from happening. So just let them focus on grouping up and dying to your ult. Just be patient. But here, they're actually smart. They're not doing that. Like, they're pushing this wave, and that's it. They're not walking any further. If they went mid lane here without ward and just pushed the inhibitor, they would die. They just get move ult and die. Like, it's weird how they're not doing this, right? But you need to wait for that. And I'm saying weird, like, sarcastically, because it is actually good that they're not doing that, because they will just die and lose the game. Or, like, just at least die, right? Like, if the enemy is actively not doing something, you have to ask yourself at some point, like, why are they not doing this? Right? Like, why they're not walking in here? Well, they don't want to get completely annihilated. Right? And they're like, and they're asking why. Well, let's just speed a bit forward. They're like, we need them to come in here. Let's like set up some trap in the jungle or something. Make them come and just pick someone off. Don't push mid, guys. They will just win a team fight. Don't team fight, guys. We don't win. And then more dislike. Why is Twitch going there? Why is Twitch doing the one thing he should not do? Right? Like, they spent actively now 4 minutes not doing something that you would want them to do, and they actively knew that they shouldn't do that because they would just lose. And it took you guys less than a minute to do what they wanted. Or less than 30 seconds. And there's more problems than one here. One problem. You're splitting away from your team. Like, your team is walking this way and you're splitting up this way. Again, no vision. You have to go where you have vision. You can't just spread away and go to no vision. Like, I like this thing, but it's not like, stay with your team. Right? Don't go into the jungle alone. Don't go away from your team. Alternatively, you can do other things, which I mentioned. If you want to give, like, contest this dragon. You don't have to, like, it's tempting to get that soul, but when they get this dragon, nothing is going to happen. The only thing you're looking for is a team fight, right? And sure, you guys can easily contest this, because again, you guys will just win. So, in this situation here, where you have no influence, or you haven't done anything for your team to do anything different, stay with them, go behind them, don't go ahead here. Like, you can go flank and stealth or something when you have vision and you know where people are. But you can't do it alone. And another thing to remember here is, you have an Amumu, you have, or Aatrox something, like, you can let the fight happen for a little bit and then come in, right? Like, if the fight happens for a little bit, maybe Maud will ult someone else. Like, anything is good for you here, right? Like, even now, Mimi got confused because Mordecai was there and he wanted to help you. It's like, don't let yourself get ambushed. The thing you need to do here is, again, have vision on people, know where they are, and focus on setup. Like, you can get behind people or something, but you need vision. If you're in situations like this here where you don't have any vision, then at least stay with your team. Don't split off and go by yourself into, like, bushes or a place where they can ambush you. Because again, you're wanting to ambush their entire team, they are just wanting to ambush one person. But the best thing for you guys to do in these kind of situations is, if you want to contest your dragon, you should not go through the jungle ever. Because again, I mentioned all the problems with no vision in the jungle. You want more vision so you can utilize the ult, blah, 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 right? So if you guys know you want to contest this dragon, you guys should just be pushing mid. Like, I'm just doing blue, like, all of this is fine. Then it comes mid. And now you guys can just kill this wave whenever appropriate, like when they are not there. Like, Mordecai was there, that's fine, you kill this wave. And they kill it again, that's fine. But like, don't go into the jungle. Alternatively, just give it. But you guys want to push this 5. Like, now they're all bot lanes, so you guys can just push this 5 here. You have vision even. Brilliant. So like, just push free bot, kill these minions, go as 5 here for whatever, and then go from bot side into dragon. That's the best way of doing it. If you made the decision that you want to contest dragon. Don't make a panic call that you want to do this and then go into the jungle like this and you'll just die, right? Like, it's not good. And those are the 2 primary problems here. Not doing setup against round objectives and not trying to ambush them when they're Baron. Like, it's kind of like the same thing. And it mostly comes down to like how to utilize your kit to the fullest. And that's like the biggest like core problem here when it comes to Twitch. Like, you're not actively doing things that is good for you as a champion Twitch. And you're not like playing to your strengths, right? It's like your biggest general problem. Late game, not playing to your strengths. Right, so when I say this, it will give you the ability to go back and reflect on like, how do I shine? What do I need to shine, right? Again, I mentioned the obstacles or the problems with fighting with no vision. Like, you just lose target sight, you don't know who you want to kill, or like you can't see the people you want to kill, etc., right? And that's a general problem on Twitch. These are, of course, like macro things or whatever, but this is all ties into Twitch. Right? So, just focus on playing to your strengths. As a champion Twitch. Have vision on enemy. Flank them with yourself. Find the right targets to kill. Utilize maximum amount of damage from your ult by hitting as many people as possible. Don't allow yourself to get flanked. Don't go for 1v1 skirmishes. Right? You want team fights. Do anything you can to get team fights. Set up vision on Baron, Dragon, etc. And that is it. That is like your biggest problem that I've seen here in the late game. You're just not playing Twitch. As for early game, we can do some takeaways too. I think like you queue too early here, right? But I don't mind this, it's fine. And we can of course dissect a lot of things there. But it wasn't a topic or mention because you had flash at the very end. Like you had everything you needed. But a lot of times there'll be cases where you waste flash randomly for like 1 kill or something, but that didn't really happen here. But that's a problem too. But again, I can't focus on everything. And the biggest problem I've identified is that you're just not playing to your strengths at all. You're actively like playing against your own desires. And you die here. And to be fair, he did kill the camp. But something to know is around 3:30 jungler can come. Right? So that's like anywhere from 3:15 to 3:45. Or 3:45. So the best thing you can possibly do in any situation is try and get a ward at 3 minutes. In the bush. And right now you went for stealth. Right? And you went for a fight. Alternatively, before you did this, you should have just gone up here, warded this bush here, get some vision. And that's part of the setup too. You want to set up the conditions for you to be able to fight. And having vision on the jungler is one of them. This is like a very general thing. Like the way it's pushed here, you're going to be pushed into your turret. Like you're more than fine to like go up and ward here now. Even there. Just lob a ward, 3 minutes. You can be 250... 305, like whatever, like anywhere around that mark, just put a ward in that tri brush or like pixel brush. It really doesn't matter. If you don't have a ward because you used it against Noole or something, that's fine, right? And you didn't have a ward because you warded there. Right? And that's a mistake. So you need to save your ward to be able to ward that bush. And if you don't, then you really need to be careful around that 3:15, 3:45 mark. Right? Because the 3:45 is something roughly around there. You're going to have your ward back again. And then you can get vision. Or like like here, right? You have a ward available again. So if you don't have this ward placed at 3:30 or like 3 minutes, then you really need to play careful until you get a second ward and you can get some vision. And then this is never gonna happen. Like if you actively play around this timer early game, you're gonna notice a significant improvement to your like very early game, where you don't have to waste your flash to stupid things like this. So just be way more cautious around the 3:30 mark. And actively try to like have some vision in the bush at 3 minutes. And if you don't, then just be careful until like the 3:45 mark, no matter what. And just before you fight or do anything, just have some vision in that bush. But just be way more conscious around this mark here, right? The first thing to be conscious of in lane is when people hit level 2. Second thing to be conscious of is the 3 minute mark, right? These are like the biggest things to care of. Of course, you can also put in like the random level 3 ganks, whatever, but that's just a niche thing. That's not so important. These are like very standardized, like everyone can agree to this kind of thing. Right, that's gonna apply to every single game. Unless you get some vision on the top laner or something like top lane at 3 minutes, then you know he's not gonna be bot lane until like at least like 3:45, 3:50, 4 minutes, right? So early game, biggest problem, not actively playing around 3:30 mark. Vision picks that brush. Can't be aggro without info. Right. Like these are plat plays, like they're not that good. Like of course you can run them down, but most of the time this will happen. Right. It is what it is, and you need to play around it. You waste your flash, I'm not gonna complain on that, but like ideally you do the thing, you'll been fine. And you still would have your flash. The lane walks out, Mimic comes, they die, right? You get the gank off, whatever, like it's fine. But like, it should have been better. Then you get poked down, and then we see kind of like the same setup fail again. Where you just decide to go in. You're not doing really any setup at all again, you're just going in. I respect it. But when you're doing things like this here, you need to be actively aware. Like, it's good. I respect this timer. Sana just used 3. Really good. What do you need to do? You need to hyper focus on the band Q to not get stunned. He just uses W though. It's like this is actually a good timer to go in. But you flash this and it's 1. Right. Like when you're going for the play like this, you need to do that. Of course, I'm going to tell you that you probably should have a 1 this per share. But again, it's fine. But just for these things, yeah, have that in mind, right? Or try to dodge it. Alternatively, you could argue that maybe this should be close to lane, you should do some more setup, maybe have more HP, right? Like preserve your HP for the all-in. You're really close to collector, so maybe you should wait for that before you do this, right? There are a lot of factors here, but right now I just want to focus on the primary thing here. When you're doing these kind of situations, you need to be hyper aware of what can kill you, or like what can stop this from working out. And in this case, it is band Q. That is their only spell. Other than Senna E if they want to disengage. Right. But it still works out. Sealing ulti, it's really good. While you live, it is all fine. But usually whenever you're really close to spikes like this here, you want to just wait. Because it's much higher probability that it's going to work out. Unless you're certain that it can work. But the fact that you didn't have full HP really shows me that was more like an impulse decision more than like you set up for this, like you had this in mind, right? But like I liked it. He used W, Senna didn't have E, like everything was good. You just had maybe a little bit too low HP, you got hit by the ban Q and that's it. But if you would have flashed there, like you would have been way more conscious about this play, it would have been much better. So oftentimes when you're looking to kill people, you want to plan on what you want to do when you're walking back to lane. You want to just CS? Do you want to look for an all-in? Like, what do you want to do? Do you want to play for next item? Like, just think ahead, right? So already... Here. Wait, not here. Yeah, here. Already at this point here... What the fuck happened to HP, actually? Already at this point here. Okay, you're level 5. You have a lot of items, so you need to be, okay, if I want to fight them, what do you need? You want to get level 6, right? So, if you want to kill them here, your goal is to save your HP and focus on getting level 6. Because the 2 or 3 minions you're going to kill now, it's not going to matter until you recall, right? So if your main goal when you're walking back to lane now is to kill them, then fuck the 3 or 4 minions you need or like want to save your HP so you can do the all-in that you want to do, right? It's like be more calculated. General problem. Be more planned. Want to all-in, save HP, lose some CS, right? Like, this is so dumb. Like, the more HP you lose, the less likely it is that it's gonna work out, right? What did you even get from this? You lost half your HP and you gained nothing. You didn't even get the CS. Right? Now you got level 6. Like, now you have that timer that you do like 2 seconds later. You just have half your HP. Right? It's like, usually think about what you want to do when you're walking back here. Like, okay, you want to kill them. Do you want collectible before you do that? No? Okay, just save your HP. Then the 4 or 5 minions that you might have to give up to like not lose half your HP is needed. Like, it doesn't matter. Give them then. And that covers a lot of the all-in fighting in lane. I don't want to address this too much. Because it all about goes around the same thing. Warding, playing object, like playing safe. So, free fight timer, very easy to focus around. In lane, when you want to kill them, focus around that. Be more thoughtful of what you want to do in lane. Like, do you want to CS? Do you want to fight them? And if you want to fight them, don't lose half your HP. Right? Just put some more thought into it. Next thing to mention is just your general, like, item spikes before objectives. Like, you want to fight this dragon, sure. And now you're getting in a position where you're getting a lot of money. Right? So you need to get a recall ASAP. I'd just recall now. You're greedy. Which is fine. You still get the recall off. But now you know I have to defend this kind of situation here, right? Like, there are so many like scenarios we can take this. Okay, you're the recall right now, you have ult flash, everything. Like, you could have killed these people who got the dragon anyway. But the main thing I just want to focus on here is just getting a recall off and don't overly greed. And play around objectives or something. Or alternatively here, you want to be able to respond to things on the map. The more you're just sitting on a low gold, you can't do that anymore. At least not very well. Then make the mistake here, you still get dragon. But generally speaking, when you're passing like at least 1k, 1.3k gold, you're pushing limits. Right. And this all works out, it's fine. But you need to be mindful of your gold.
Blue team double kill.
In the mid game. You can pick off kills like the Senna, you can be way more active than that. Like, there are so many angles we can take this, but again, I just want to focus on being on the map with value. Like recalling, spending your money wisely, being in time for dragons, etc. Like, your teams here, like, that's all fine. We can talk about like setting up for dragons objectives or something, but I don't feel like it was the biggest issue here. We did identify the 2 issues and they were there, right? Other thing we can talk about is your flash, like not wasting it randomly, etc. And like losing Baron or whatever, right? But that's going to be a lot of things. So primarily, like, the biggest issues for you, again, I think are the ones I mentioned. And I'll just add some extra notes as well. But yeah. I don't really have much more to add. Because again, general problems and then the biggest problem in this game here. And things that you need to be mindful of. Of course, there will be games where you win, or like another situation where you lose for another reason, and then you can have other bigger problems, right? But you just need to work on them eventually in the new loom period. Like, your objective timers and like playing around objectives could of course be way better. But again, I just want to have, when your problem is so deep that you're not even like playing Twitch to its fullest, I don't really see a point in focusing so much more on everything else, because I feel like a lot of that will be ironed out as you focus more on that. because then you start to look for how to get more value out of your champion. And once you do that, then the next stage after that will be something better. And some information that will be possible to improve upon that's going to be more valuable than addressing how to set up objectives something now. I think it's much better to just focus on like how to get more value of your champion as a whole and display that in your games. So yeah, I'm gonna end it here. It's been very long, but I hope you guys continue to have a good one. I just want to show like that and take care. Peace.